Oh my god, I want to go dig some gold out of the ground with this song. We had to do some Alaskan folk countryside theme music for this one. We are in the Great North, the last frontier. Seriously, I need a shovel. I want to go dig some gold out of the ground. I need to prospect something. Here in the flight simulator, we are in beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska. This flight is for my friend and barber, who's from Fairbanks, who requested to see the town that he spent time growing up in. I don't know, you have to let me know. Does this look like Fairbanks? I think the town's out here. This is a beautiful part of the world. It's hard to consider Fairbanks even part of America. I mean, it's literally closer to Russia than it is America, but there's a lot of oil, a lot of gold, a lot of strange people up in these parts. Oh, damn, there's some big mountains out there. So we're going down to Anchorage, which is Ted Stevens International. When we're in the cruise, I got to look up who Ted Stevens is because I don't even know who it is. If it's a real person or not. And since we're so far up north and we're near the summer solstice or whatever, equinox, I don't know. This is about as high as the sun gets, so I actually had to tweak the time so that we could fly in daylight. It's already dark in Alaska time right now, but since we have the power of being fake pilots, we can switch the time. So we're in a awesome old school we're in this awesome old school Maddog in the Alaska livery, which this was by far my favorite Alaska livery of all time. This is the 90s Alaska, and they had this Eskimo, which now you'd be called racist and a cultural appropriator, but in the 90s this was an amazing paint job that if you like aviation history, this is the one you go with. So yeah, we're here. Unfortunately, we don't have any custom scenery, so this is just the stock standard Microsoft Flight Simulator airport scenery, so we're not going to see any terminals or anything, but I do have the Payware Anchorage scenery that we're going to fly into. So we're going to depart straight north and then loop around and head over to Anchorage. It's probably going to be like an hour flight, so very action-packed. Let's see how high up we're going. We're going up to flight level 330, so pretty high. And I think it's so cold out here that I'm going to have to do a special fuel burn where it burns from the outer part of the wing because the fuel freezes. So we have to make sure we do this right. Otherwise, we're going to fall out of the sky. So let's get in the cockpit and wake up the old Maddog. Before we go in, like, check out these... check out the cabin in here. So this guy that uploaded this on the flightsim.to actually did the seats, and I feel like it's so well done. Like, you can feel that fuzzy texture that they used to fly with in Alaska, like these old seats if you've flown Alaska, and they have the bulkhead done like in that crappy fabric. It's like a carpet. They just put like carpet on the wall and it feels like you can touch it in the sim. This is so well done. They got the Alaska Airlines logos. This is incredibly well done to whoever put this together. You got to go with like carpet on the floor because that's smart. And when everybody's walking through, dragging their snow in here. But yeah, amazing cabin. Just wanted to shout out the creator of whoever did this. This is absolutely fantastic. So let's jump in here, check the battery out. As we fire this guy up, that's in the right range, so we can turn the battery on and lock it. And now we'll fire up our EFB, get the ground power connected here. Man, I feel like I can even feel the coldness through the simulator. Like, it is cold up here. GPU, and we'll check the voltage, which is in good range, so that means we can select that. And now she'll wake up. You can see it's negative 23 Celsius, so I don't know exactly what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's too cold for me. I'm living in Phoenix and I'm not dealing with that nonsense. So Let's get this guy going. We'll turn our anti-ice windshield on. We'll test our emergency lights. All right, we're good there. All right, we got all this looking good. All right, we'll do a panel fire test. Cargo test. We are in the 11th day already of January for our black box recorder. And the flight, this is a real flight we're recreating that departs at 6 a.m. tomorrow. This is Alaska Airlines Flight 90, leg 1. And we'll get our air conditioner set up and we'll go start testing the ground proximity warning. So everything's getting the carpet, magic carpet down there. And wind shear is working. This is all good. Anti-skid, we want the 4 and remove that. Stall test. And max speed, stick shakers. Logo light, I'll take the logo light. It's kind of dark here. Yaw damper, we just want to see if the warning goes off. Mock trim, we just want to see the warning. Ice FOD test, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 goes out. And we can come to the pressurization panel. Our airport elevation here in Fairbanks is 439 feet if we need to return. So we'll stick that right there. And we got our altimeter at 3012. So 3012, press this for the flow, make sure that's working and get that tested. Looks good. All right, annunciator lights, our bulbs are looking good. We can come down here, test our co-pilot's oxygen, which is working so he doesn't have to suffocate. And now we will set this guy up. Let's see if the terrain rate, oh yeah, we got serious terrain in the area. So it's 4,500 feet out the window here to our right. So we're departing that direction. So we need to clear that. So just keep a note that that's at 4,500 feet up there. Let's see, what else do we have over here that we can test? Our PFD and ND are looking nice. Our brake pressure temperature gauge is good. We'll pressurize the hydraulics and look for the fluids rising over here, which we're getting. And we are happy with those levels. And our gear horn is good, working. We will test the thrust rating panel, which is good. That's working. And our fuel gauge, system A and system B are tested and working. Our fire loop. That's working. And we'll test our weather radar, which is working. Turn that off. Cage the altimeter. Turn these lights up. Test this guy. Let's test the altimeter. So our field height is we'll put this at 1400 and arm that. And now we can test the altimeter to make sure it's working, which it is so far. Go past this by 250. It should give us another ding right there, which it is. Excellent. The altimeters are working. Let's test our auto land system because we might need it at Ted Stevens International in Anchorage. So let's test the auto land feature. Let it do its thing on autopilot 2. We'll come back for autopilot 1. And now we will go down here, test our TCAS screens. We're getting the indication on the left and the right, which is great. We'll enter in our flight ID, which is Alaska 90. So 1 second, let me just see. ASA is our call sign. A Sierra Alpha 090. Enter. And we'll squawk 0325. Enter that. Excellent. And we'll test the comms. All looking good. And we can come here, set this to takeoff. We'll set that arm our auto throttles for takeoff. Let's get some lights in here. This guy also like did a custom color on the panel. They're usually like more beige. This one's kind of got some pink in it, which is cool because I'm guessing that's what the actual operator had. We'll test this oxygen on our side. Everything is looking excellent. Let's do our auto flight test on the left autopilot 1. So this guy will do his thingamajigger. Now we can test our trim. So electric trim, this little guy's going to go up, going to come down. And our manual trim, it's going to come down. Our manual trim, it will go up. Our handle, we want to see it come down and go up. And now we'll disconnect here. Turn that to the off position. Now, when I move the trim and the handle, this isn't going to move, but this one will. And that's what we're looking for. In case of an emergency, we have full manual trim control. Open up the pneumatic feed valves, and now we can take a look at the fuel system. So I will go to the third page of our overhead annunciator panel. And when I select the fuel, we will see that go out. When I select this guy, we should see it go out, which it did. And then make sure our cross bleed is working. And now we should see when I flip this, both of them should go out, which they did. So fuel cross bleed valve is looking good. Let's test our pressurization to set that to manual. And this should come back when I put it back in the automatic position, which it is doing. So we are, I would say this plane is looking quite airworthy. So let's go ahead and load up our weight. So the weight and balance, we'll load that from the sim brief. And what I'm looking for is a block fuel of 13,647, 13,550. So that's pretty close. I'm happy with that. There's no significant weather, so that'll definitely be enough with our reserves of 2.6. So we got the weights in here. The next thing that we can do is start the boarding process and bring our passengers on. So let's get that underway. So request boarding on GSX, and we'll start loading our bags up with these gentlemen. I don't think they have enough. I don't think they have enough clothing on. I think they need more layers. I mean, they're gonna get frostbite out there, but hey, we have insurance. I guess we have good health insurance at Alaska Airlines. So there you go. All right, and then we'll say hello to our passengers as they come on board. Hello, hello. Anybody coming? I can hear them. I think you need a GSX profile to get the actual animation, so we don't have one for this airport. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna set the bug 250 on the speed, and we can start loading up our flight management computer. Our auto land is looking good. Happy with everything so far. So let's go down into the computer. We are at PAFA, Papa Alpha Foxtrot Alpha, and we are, that looks very good and close. I'm gonna select this position, route PAFA to PANC Ted Stevens. Oh, my bad. PANC PA November Charlie. I was gonna do this in a 737, but it's such a boring airplane compared to the Maddog. Everything's boring compared to the Maddog. Once you start flying this thing, it's like you feel like there's not enough to do in the other planes, even though they're more modern, and that's the whole point. But these things are way more fun to fly once you get the hang of it. So 2 left on the Puyo 5. Puivo. Is that the name of a local tribe here? I've never heard of that one. All right, and it's displaying correctly. That's our left-hand sweeping turn to the south. So the RNAV departure has us, our minimum safe altitude is 4,400. That's why we saw on the nav here 4,500 as the peaks on the terrain display. So we need to get above 4,400 to clear any terrain in this area, and the chart showing that we need to be above 1,800 feet before we make that left-hand turn. So that all looks good. And it's a left-hand turn to Jippen. And then we'll just head down south. There's no altitude restrictions that we need to be under. So I'm going to bug up our cruise flight level 330. And that is right where we want it. And set that guy there. We don't need you guys yet. And now we will come here, look at our legs. That looks good. We'll take a look at the arrivals. The arrival for Ted Stevens is going to be ILS runway 7 right and Ilias transition. And then we're going to be taking the Krato 4 arrival with the Poivo transition. So these guys, this Sid and the Star link up perfectly, which is pretty rare, but it's a short flight. And now we will step through. So step, we're just checking for any discontinuity. So this gets a little messy in here. Let's take a look. Yeah, so here it comes into the ILS, so colon, and then there should be a vector after colon, which there is a vector, and then we will join the ILS approach, runway 7 right into Anchorage via Ilias, which is at 2,000 or above on that leg. And that all looks good. So let's initialize our weights and our performance here. So the fuel that we're taking on board is 13,550, and we're gonna do an abnormal fuel burn so that we don't freeze the fuel in the wings. The zero fuel weight for this leg is 106.4. Reserves are 2.6. And the cruising altitude is flight level 330. Our average winds are 248 at 16. And we have an ISO deviation of -3. And that is all good. Now let's calculate our takeoff performance. So we are at PAFA, enter. Our winds on departure are going to be 360 at 4 knots. So that's perfect. Nice headwind. And our outside air temperature is -23 degrees Celsius. Runway 2 left. 2 left. Flaps 11. We'll try flaps 11 and see what it gives us. Our QNH is 3013. Anti-ice is off. Our packs are on. Our takeoff weight is 119. I'll do 200. Calculate that. And we have a cell temp of 50. So I'm going to open up the ART, flex takeoff, and cell temp 50. So that's quite a powerful thrust rating. Flaps 11, 25, 31, 40. 25, 31, 140. And 125. Let's see. It's because I have to go down here to 119, 125, 130, 140. And that looks good. So we're all bugged up for our departure. That's what we're aiming for. This is our flaps up. This is our slats retract. This will be a beautiful departure out to the left. Looking forward to it. Arm the nav. And where else do we need? Let's get the APU fired up. Select this fuel pump. I'm going to start the APU. Bring our nav lights on. And that is going to spool up. Here it comes. Oh yes, we are loading the last of our bags and we're about to push out of here. But I hope I might have to freeze the time. I mean, we're running out of daylight. It just got bright out and the sun's already going down. I've been playing around with the scenery settings in the sim because I've just been getting so many stutters, which sucks when you're running a 4090 and the most expensive CPU on Earth. And you're still getting performance, but I don't think there's really anything we can do until the next sim update, unfortunately. They're just gonna have to deal with suboptimal performance. Like I put my clouds down to low, I put my LOD right now is at 60, so it's like really we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here for visuals, but the sim looks so good even with low settings, it's not bothering me, but I wish we could get better performance even with low settings, which it's not related to the settings, it's related to whatever they did to the sim. Let me dim that, oops, how do I dim, yeah, it's that knob there. I want to dim the nav, or the terrain, because we can't really see the route. Let's just take a look at our, get the APU bleeds on, air conditioning is on, we can come off our, no, don't do that, go on the APU first, don't make that mistake again. Now we can come off the exterior power, so we can disconnect our GPU, and we're on our own power. We are ready to prepare for pushback, so let's call them up, request pushback, and I'm not going to get de-iced. Okay, so our runway heading is 023 degrees. So let's set that 023.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Art is out. We got the pneumatic feed valves open. I'm just gonna run through the because you know me, I'm gonna forget something, even though there's 300 things to do. Cabin pressure, fuel shut off, stall warnings, got all this, got all this, got all this, got all that. And before start, parking brakes, EFB, flight mode. And bring that brightness down. Touch. Left and right center, fuel, tank pumps, anti-collision lights, APU. We're not there yet. TCAS goes to standby.
Locking gear.
Beautiful. The man on the bat is ready to go. The Eskimo is ready to go. The call sign for Alaska should be Eskimo. It shouldn't be Alaska. It should be Eskimo 90. Eskimo 90, ready for pushback. Alright. We're ready. Parking brakes are off.
Release parking brake, please. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
And packs can come off. There, there, and there. And we're looking for 4.2, which we've got. System B, engine number 2, started. Left tank, right tank, tank pumps, anti-collision lights are on. And APU normal. Pneumatic feed levers are open. Thrust levers are idle. Nice. Start on number 2. That can go up. And starting number 1.
Please set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
And There goes the fuel. Oh, yes. The Maddog is alive. Alright. So, good start on number 2. That can come off. The engine selector. Seatbelt signs are on. Pitot heat needs to definitely come on. What are we thinking? The bleeds can come off. The APU comes off. Air can come on one at a time. And this is all looking nice.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Pneumatic feed valves come
Left
off.
is clear. Right is clear.
So they're clear. I'm gonna pressurize the hydraulics. I'm going to drop flaps 11. I am going to arm the speed brake. I am going to trim our T-tail elevator. Before we depart, let me make sure our trim computer is set up correct. So flaps 12. There's flaps 12, and the CG is right where we need it, and that's lined up. So we're good with that. All right. Give him the taxi light wave off. Art is on NOP, which we need, and the parking brake is on, which is what we are looking for. Rudder travel unrestricted is a good indication that we want. We'll power up the weather radar and let us take a look at the after start. Engine ignition off, pitot static, our heating, airfoil and engine as needed or as required. Air conditioning supply is auto. Door cue light, we can close our door. Nobody can come in now. Hydraulic system is checked and set. Good. Everything's good, and our next check will be for taxiing. APU air TRP as required. V-bugs are set. Flight instruments are set. FMS is checked. Flaps and slat levers are out, showing 11, indicating 11. And our flight control check, we really want to do this in the cold. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, and full left, full right, neutral. We'll do it. Okay. So these are all looking good. Stabilizer trim is set. Takeoff breathing set. We're making that left-hand turn. Got to be above 1800. Cabin report is obtained. Let's hit it. Taxi. Parking brake release. And brake check. Brakes are good. As our brake temps are good. All right, we are taxiing in Alaska, the last frontier. Dude, I feel like we're gonna run out. I mean, I'm gonna have to reset the sun, otherwise we're gonna be flying in the dark the whole time. If Microsoft, if their nights were cool, like better and cooler to fly in, I'd fly in it, but there's really not anything to see. Especially in Alaska. I mean, it's gonna be pitch black. I'd see the stars. All right, so 250, 23, everything's looking good. Arm the auto brake. Thank you, Betty. So engine ignitions can come to both. Our TARA on the transponder is on. Wing lights can come on. Floodlights can come on. Our extensions can come on. All lit up. All right. Eskimo 90, holding short runway 2 left, Alaska Tower, ready for departure. Eskimo 90, clear for takeoff, runway 2 left, left turn, direct, Jaipin, altimeter 3012. Eskimo 90, clear for takeoff, runway 2 left, left turn, Jaipin. Before takeoff, takeoff runway 2 left, 2 left confirmed. Takeoff data, fuel balance. Fuel is balanced. Brake temperatures. Check. And our engine or electronic overhead is checked and good. We are clear for takeoff, balls to the wall. And Eeper. Are you kidding me? I got him at 11. I put him at 15. Oh. Rotación? I have no clue why she's yelling. Gears up.
Gear up, lights out.
Oh damn, we are like climbing unbelievably fast. And vertical speed. I wonder if the flaps didn't come out because it's so cold. And Eeper climb.
Climb thrust set.
Dude. Did our flaps not come out because it's like frozen or something? She was yelling at me for the flaps. Slats retract. I mean, they're out. We'll have to do a post-mortem on the recording of this. Let's see what I messed up. And we'll take VNAV now that we're coming up on 250. These lights can come off. These guys can come off. And autopilot. Oh, baby. That's sweet. All right, see Fairbanks down here. There's the airport, and then that's the town. And then that's the great wilderness of Alaska. I wonder what river this is. Let's see. Does it say? A river system? That's a nice shot. Very nice. Climbing out nice. Trans pumps come off, hydraulic pumps to low. Unarm the brake. Unarm the speed brake. Engine ignition can come to off. And stow the art. Here comes 10,000. We can release the passengers and turn the wing lights off. That's nice. Nice scenery. Very snowy. Bye-bye Fairbanks. Dude, I need that gold digging song. We need that. We need the gold digging. Let's go. The perfect music for Alaska. Oh man. Alright. After takeoff. Brake temps. Check. Landing gear is up. Auto brake is off. Speed brake lever is retracted. Flaps are up and slats retracted. Engine ignition as required. Center fuel pumps as required. Altimeters are checked and set. We're all good. Here we come, Anchorage. Altimeter is standard. Or VNavin and Navin. I mean, we got to get ready for the descent already. I mean, we're going to be there soon. Let's get the forecast winds ready. Three, 1, 0. 2, 0, 0, 1, 5, 0. And 1, 0, 0. Speeds are 248 at 21. 199 at 18. 181 at 20. 184 at 20. The iOS frequency is 111.3. And let's see. Precision at height is 200 radio. 200. Oh, this is the gold song here. I gotta get my overalls on. You can see the Bing satellite imagery is missing out here. They don't have as much data as the mainland United States. There's like big tiles. Or no, that's a DirectX 12 bug. That's not the simulator. Sorry, Microsoft. It's the it's your other problem that you can't render in DX12 yet. Chair bussin'. This is the official theme song of Chair Bussin' right here. Let's take a look at our landing performance. PANC conditions. We got good weather out here in Alaska. Overcast at flight level 240, broken at 7,010 stat, 3 miles. Visibility, wind 010 at 6. 010 at 6. Outside air temperature in Anchorage is a balmy -6. That is freaking warm compared to Fairbanks. Add reference. Runway 7 right. And flaps full. Q and H that's good. And we'll go low on the auto brake. Our landing weight is estimated to be 8.6 plus. It's 114, 115, 115,000 pounds. Enter. And we're looking at using 9,000 feet of the runway. Come on, more gold, more folk. Let's go. All right. You're looking at 130 for the final speed. Let's set that up. 130. That should be like 130. Or what do we need? 15. Yeah. 130 right there. That flaps 40. Nice. Coming up on cruise. On the MD-80, I like it when there's like when they like make this whole nose portion black. I think it looks like badass when they paint that nose cone. The top part, like all Italia has it. American did it, I think. No, American doesn't have that. But I like the airlines that do that. It looks cool. Cruise. Oh yeah, that's a nice scenery. I mean, you can see why it's like it's been impossible to settle Alaska, especially inland, without like aviation. You can't traverse this terrain. Even in the summer, you'll get eaten by a grizzly bear. I mean, this is like Alaska. It'll never be settled by human. Never say never, but if you had teleportation, maybe. But if you need to get supplies, these ice road truckers, this is why they make so much money, because they have to take these ridiculous roads through these valleys that are not really maintained because there is nobody to maintain them. And you got to get supplies to these towns out here. Like Alaska wouldn't exist if it wasn't for aviation, except for the seaports. But the inland, there's no way. It's very beautiful though. Wow. Look at that, some nice cloud buildup. You got the mountains, the clouds. What's that? How high up is this? So let's see what our terrain radar says. 17. Holy, that must be McKinley, because that says 18,500. That is nuts. 18,500. It's almost worth doing this flight in real life for 40 minutes to see the scenery, but it's rarely clear day. I mean, it's usually bad weather. Look at that. 18,500 right there. So it went up. Yeah, it says 17.9 now, but still 18,000 feet. That's quite stifling. These guys must be like 11,000, which is insane. Wow. This is why I wanted to do the flight during the day. I feel like that's almost level with us, but we're 19,000 feet above it, 20,000 feet. Or, sorry, we're only like 15,000 feet above that thing. What the heck? Flight Simulator 2024 with the real tight, more defined vector data. This will be amazing. That's definitely like a glacier down there. Like that's a glacier. Oh, at least it looks like, yeah, because it like dumps into there. That's a glacier. And then it dumps into this lowlands. Wow. There you go. Wait, we gotta look up who Ted Stevens is. Who is Ted Stevens? Theodore Stevens is the President pro tempore of the United States Senate. So he's a senator. Oh, he went to Michigan? Get out of here. Boo! I'm a Penn State fan, so. This guy got an airport named after him and he's celebrating. Oh, he died in 2010. So the late Ted Stevens. So he was convicted on 7 felony charges of corruption in 2008, which cost him re-election. I don't know what they were charging him with. He crashed and died, I guess, in Dillingham, Alaska? No. Oh, he crashed in a Learjet. Why did they name an airport after a guy that crashed a Learjet? On approach at Anchorage International that killed 5 of the 7 people. Stevens survived, suffering a concussion and broken ribs, but his wife Ann did not. So they named the airport after him because his wife died there? Wow, that's only something that would happen in Alaska. It's like, hey, this guy didn't die in an airplane crash. Let's name the airport after him. See, I just learned something today. Thank you, Flight Simulator and Anchorage, for doing that. This is definitely Mount McKinley for sure. I gotta look it up. Oh, we gotta set our bottom altitude because we're coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and throw your trash out. We're about to head down into Anchorage, that's named after Ted Stevens, who got in a plane crash, but don't worry about that. We'll be fine. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. There you go. Best cabin announcement of all time, letting them know. Didn't start the clock, should have done that. We got everything good. We'll go back to our checklist and get ready. Let me bring this down. Dude, that is nuts. That's a huge glacier. Okay, let me look on the map here. I want to see if it says the... It doesn't say on the map that I'm looking at. Whoa, the highest peak out here is 22,700 behind us. It says. Let me see what's behind us. Like, it says out there is 22,000, but this is definitely the thing that we're looking at. Oh, it's Mount Foraker. I'm a clown when it comes to geography. And then this is the Kalitna Glacier. These are all these streams coming off this thing are different names. So like this big one right under us is that's the Eldridge Glacier. And then this is the Ruth Glacier. Oh, this is so cool. Look at this. You need the music though. You need the music to give it that. We got to get that bluegrass feel going here. So this is. Oh, this is amazing. And then this is the Tokostina Glacier out here. Excuse me, I got my robot vacuum going behind me. Pardon me. Alright, that's all good now. And then, yeah, wow. Hang on, the peak though. What's the name of the peak? Oh, this is Denali. Or it says Denali, so this is Denali National Park. Is that Mount Denali? I'm such a millennial, I don't even know how to read a map. This is what people actually used to have to do. They used to have to sit here and be like, oh, you know, that there, in their old-timey voice. It's Denali. It goes up to 20,320 feet. That's that peak is 20,000. That's insane. Ooh, what a beautiful... Man, this is turning into a nice flight. Other than the fact that Ted Stevens crashed a Lyra 25 into Anchorage. We're not going to talk about that anymore. All right, here we come on top of descent. Hydraulic pumps come back on. We'll set you to minimum. And we'll do our descent checklist. MSA is set. We didn't set the pressurization panel, so let's do that. This is the great thing about checklists that I should use more. Anchorage is 151 elevation, so set that there. The altimeter is 3012. That's fine there. And that's set now. The speed brake lever is retracted. Sorry, what are we doing? MDF is cross-check. Landing data is confirmed. V-bugs are set. We'll just hit that. And hydraulic system is pressurized. Radio altimeter is set. Pressurization we just did. Descent checklist complete. And ladies and gentlemen are in their seats. And here we come down. More Mas Musica. Denali. We gotta get a good screenshot of that. Sounds like a cello in the back there. Yeah, that's it. Or a viola or something. crazy. Still getting crazy scenery on outside the left side. Am I like completely off? Like, is Mount McKinley in like Washington State or something? Where is Mount McKinley? No, it's in Alaska. But let's see. It's in the same. It looks like it's in the same spot I thought it was in. Oh yeah, Alaska Denali has the highest elevation in North America. Denali, also called Mount McKinley. All right, see, I'm not as dumb as I sound. Denali is Mount McKinley. I mean, this is beautiful terrain still coming in. This is a great flight selection. Thank you, Josie, for this route here. This is an exciting route. This is real world weather right now, so this is what the actual people are seeing if they're flying out here. I didn't know there was going to be clouds. It would have been even more dramatic if there wasn't so much clouds. But it's always cloudy out here. I think you can only see like Denali like less than like 60 days a year because it's never visible. Are we at 18? Almost. We're gonna park at gate C3, which is where the real flight parks. 18,000's coming in. Three 3012 set. Do we need more drag? Give it a little speedy brake. Speed brakes out. Oh, you know what? We don't need any auto brake. Like, we want to roll this baby out because to get off 7 right and then park at C3, we want to use like at least 3/4 of the runway. I almost don't even need like reverser. I'll put in a little bit of reverser. We're looking good. We want to be Croto above 9,000, which is looking exactly where we want to be. And we're back on profile, so speed brakes come in. Here we go. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna take this right-hand turn to Nachol, and then or Nicole, and then is that the? I hope that's not the name of Ted Stevens' wife. They just named every. What if they named all the waypoints after everybody who crashed into Anchorage? They named all the waypoints after every person that crashed into Anchorage, and then and then they named the airport after Ted Stevens. I'm actually scared that they did do that. These Alaskan people, you never know with them. All right. So we're gonna hit Nicole, take our right to Colon at 4,000. Our banana should hit Colon at 4,000 here. Yeah. And then we take Colon vectors out. Yeah, vectors. And then we'll make the left-hand turn inbound to Ilias. This is looking great. We're coming up on the great, beautiful Pacific Ocean here. And there's another. Okay, now I got my VFR map, so now I can see what this stuff actually is. So, all right, what's that thing? That looks like another glacier coming down here. Oh no, that's just the ocean. Oh, that looks like a glacier. It says Figure 8 Lake is like somewhere out there. Figure 8 Lake. Oh no, it's on the other side of the plane. So I'm looking out here. That's called the Nick Arm. This big body of water. It's called the Nick Arm. This is why I can never be a real pilot. Like I can't even read a map. It's amazing. It's amazing I survived just going off in my GPS. But even sometimes I miss the turns on the GPS, so. I think that's the airport there. Yeah, we're pointing right at the airport. We're just gonna come out here and then swing back in. But that's one of the runways there, I believe. That's one of the runways. 30 miles out. All right, the lights come on. Got the glide slope and localizer active. And approach. Cabin signs are on. Fuel system set. Altimeters are set and bugged. Approach checklist complete. There's like ice in the bay here. Nasty. Aerosoft makes Anchorage, and they do good stuff. little river. That's the Sustina River, in case you were all wondering. This is the Sustina River, and then we are flying what they call the cabin right here. But I don't see a cabin. Oh, that's pretty. All right, we're making our right-hand turn over the cabin. Or the cabin, they say, is like out here, so I don't see it. I mean, that's what it says on the map. Is that it? That looks like... No, it's a tree. And then this is the mouth of the Sustina River right here. Probably good fishing, considering how clean everything is in Alaska, because nobody can possibly live here. Only grizzly bears. And really, they're kind of almost not living here, because they sleep half the year. This is a wildlife refuge. Alaska Maritime National Wildlife Refuge. Includes offshore public lands on islands, islets, rocks, reefs, and spires as specified the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act. There you go. Beautiful. Look at that. Right off the... Some ice right off the shore here. So we're leveling off at 4,000 at colon, which is what we want. At 240, I'm gonna start bringing this. We're good. I'll keep our speed. I'll bring it to 230. Look at that. It's a little windy. You can see some riffles in the water there. And then you got Ted Stevens in the back here. There's Ted Stevens. Right there. And that's the Nick Arm, is what it's called. Strange name. Okay. Let's bring us down on vertical speed and speed down to 2,000 feet. Give me 800 feet per minute. And I want 220 now. Give me 210. Slats can come out. Once we're under no, slats can come out at 280. So slats are out.
Slats extended.
We are... I mean, dang, we could probably make our turn. Because we're below the profile on the glide slope and we're 20 miles out, which gives us a ton of room to slow down. Let's make our turn. So heading... Pull the heading. 105. Yeah, we're gonna hit that right. Yeah, that's perfect. We're gonna hit LES like right at 2,000. Nice. See, this is like the type of the freezes that I keep getting. It's really annoying. At least it's not on. Oh my god. At least it's usually not on final approach. I'm gonna arm the ILS. We were probably gonna pick it up here, pretty advanced out, and we're right where we want to be with the speed. So this little slippery MD-80 is really cooperating on this approach. Oh, look at that. I picked the perfect heading to intercept. We're 21 miles out. Yeah. 210, that's right. That's great. This is looking nice. Come on, Teddy. Let's go. 7 right. And just to brief, we're gonna probably not apply the brakes. We're just gonna roll this baby out. We don't even have to worry so much about the brake temperature because it's negative 3,000 degrees out here. Here comes the ILS. We got it armed. We got a nice angle in. Picking it up. At like 11 miles, I'll probably start configuring. I mean, we got plenty of time. There you go. There's the ILS coming in. Localizer captured. Beautiful. All we got to do is sit back and relax. Our next waypoint is Weewo, and that's at 1600. So we're gonna intercept the glide slope here in about 6 miles. Sorry, 5 miles. Clean up the box, actually. You gotta go direct intercept Weewo. This is what they do in the real world, but I'm only pretending. Now we have all our distances and ETAs displayed correctly on the nav display, which is nice. There you go. It's all cleaned up. I mean, that's important to do because if you get into a missed approach situation, it saves a step where you don't have to go back into the box and go direct intercept. So that's actually something I should be doing no matter what. We could have kept our speed at 240 easily. I mean, this baby is really nice today. I love this simulator. Even though it has things that can improve. I love this simulator and the developers who put their blood, sweat, and tears into making it better and improving it. All the third-party people that do it as a passion. All right, there's 10 miles, so let's drop flaps 11. Bring the speed back to 200. So we're 11 and from the threshold. Because we're going to capture the glide slope here in a second. Where's our final approach? Our final approach fix on this approach is Tully, which is coming up at 1600 feet. So yeah, we're at 2000. So we're gonna intercept it before Tully. Tully. Is at 6.7, so yeah, 3 more miles. So in a 2 miles, we'll hit the glide slope. And I want to be nice and configured for that. Here it comes. Here comes the brick. And flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Glide slope captured. Gear down. That's 28. Speed set 130 arm. There is nothing to arm on the auto brakes. We're rolling this baby out. And final checklist. Speed brake lever is armed. And engine ignition to both. And we have the overhead panel looks good. And flaps full. And for 5 miles out, we are looking perfect. Fully configured. Our speed's coming back to the reference. VREF. Oh, baby. Look at that. Ted Stevens, here we come. All right, my throttles. Mine. And my airplane. This is a huge runway. Like, you might not be able to tell how wide it is because of the super heavies carrying all that cargo come in here. I'm not used to landing the Maddog on such a mega airport. This is one of like 10 airports in the world that can handle a 747 Series 8. The 747-8 can only fly into a handful of airports because of its wingspan, but this one, you can tell how wide this runway is. Really nice foliage and trees we're coming over. This is a great approach with the mountains in the back. And we're making a right-hand turn if we got to go around. Whoa, I just got picked up by the wind big time. Landing.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
All right, firm.
2 in reverse.
I'm not gonna put reversers in. We're just gonna roll. That like gust that I got, like at about 250 feet, that we came off the glide slope and I had to kind of nose dive it in. But other than that, that was a acceptable landing. And these come off. Weather can come off. That can come in. Turn these off, stop the clock that we didn't set. That comes off. APU started up because we are at the gates. Left is clear, right's clear. We're going parking at C3, which is where the real flight parks. C3. And you're good. We're making a left, and our gate's like right there. Lights are off. The real moment of truth, and we park it at Ted Stevens. Come on. Give me it. We I can't get. Alright, we're setting the parking brake. The APU is on. APU bleed on. And cut the fuel. And that's a rat. There you go. We got the bow. Good job. Aircraft services. Start the onboarding after we take our anti-collision light off. And bring the GPU on. Hello. Always it takes a minute for the engines to spool down, then it'll let you do it. There you go. Yeah. And here we go. Comes our gate. Nice. Well, we didn't have the same fate as Ted Stevens, and we got everybody here safe, which is the important part. Ooh, that's a really nice scene. It's a beautiful part of the world to fly in, for sure. Really cool. Alaska. That is nice. So we'll get our passengers going here in a second, then we'll take a look at the replay. Our passengers will start getting off here. In a second. Take a look. I think they modeled this. So, oh, this is really nice. There you go. Release the passengers. Nice. Aerosoft is, you can count on them to publish good products. They don't mess around. Look at that. They modeled the hanging plane in the terminal. This is a nice terminal. What else do we got here? We'll take a look after the replay. We'll take a tour. The main... Yeah, there you go. Ted Stevens, Anchorage International. Oh, that's a nice drop-off and pickup down below. And then you have the ticketing. Yeah, this is really well done. Good job, guys. Drop tag bags here. So this is the security. I don't know. There's no TSA. What are they doing? They have to keep us safe. Okay. Let's say bye to our passengers. Thank you for flying Eskimo Airways. We appreciate your business. Hope you enjoyed the carpeted floors and the beautiful carpeted headboards and all the thoughtful design that went into this amazing livery. Have a great day. Thank you for flying Eskimo. There you go. Nice flight. And let us get the replay ready. So give me 10 seconds. All right. Here comes the replay.
Gear up, lights out.
Replay. And
Flap 0.
this guy. Honestly, this probably should have been a flaps 28 because it's such a long runway. I didn't need flaps 40. Da-da-da. Here we go. What a perfect song for this replay. Oh, yeah. That is sick. So I got blown off right here, and then I had to lower the nose quite significantly to catch the glide slope. Nice landing, center line, 178's within range. Yeah. Nice. Oh, I love that livery. It's so good with the mountains, like that, like whatever that stripe job is, like it's the teal and the blue. The way it accents against the Alaskan wilderness is such an iconic. They gotta go back to this livery. I think it's why all their planes keep flying apart from Boeing, because they put crappy paint jobs on them. This thing is built tough for the wilderness. I mean, when they used to fly the Series 200, the Boeing 737 Series 200, that thing was their workhorse into the small strips in the Alaskan bush. That thing is a tank too. But man, they flew it in these colors. There's something about these colors. Like, look at that beauty against the sunset. That's awesome. It's like the middle of the day, the sun setting. All right, Hollywood shot. Hollywood. Love that stripe. Nice. I mean, there you go, center line. Look at that, right with the tree line. So it's like, it's weird. It's like sitting in a little bowl that they like cut out for the airport. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's cool. The tree line coming in, that is neat. What a beautiful part of the world. Come on, this guy.
Terrain.
Nice. Look at the shadow out there. Very nice. Positive landing. I could have decrabbed it more. It's like the way they modeled it, it has so much momentum. There's a DX12 bug for you right there. God, can't handle it. We'll get the taxi off. We didn't take this exit. We took the high speed. This one. We'll get set up nice. Two subs. Who's Hydra? Is that Josie? No. Say where you're coming from. YouTube feed, nice. Well, welcome to the stream. Welcome aboard. We're doing some Alaska ops with some folk country music to get us in the frontiersman mood out here. I was doing research earlier on the airport, and I learned that the name of the airport is Ted Stevens International. It's named after the senator who crashed in a Learjet here. Oh, thank you. This is exponential growth going on over here. We're going to be at 10 by 2025 if we're not careful. All right, let's get the parking shot. C3 was our gate. What's up, Ruben? How's it going? Welcome aboard. Where are you coming from? Geographically, where are you guys from? Oh, yes, sir. It does. I've just fallen. I'm beginning my love affair with the Maddog. I've just started getting into it. Mustafa on YouTube did a tutorial series, and I've always wanted to learn how to fly it. And it's really unique. Oh, nice. Tenerife. That's amazing. It's got to be super. What is it, like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning? What are you doing? Well, welcome anyway. Here we come. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm coming from Phoenix, Arizona, so it's just the sun's just going down right now in my backyard here. Probably not. I actually really want to do some other stuff with my sim. So I haven't. I used to fly online when I was in middle school, like 20 years ago or 15 years ago, and I'm trying to study to get back on VATSIM so I can do routes with VATSIM. Oh, nice. You're gonna get started with flight sim. Well, I hope it's an amazing adventure. It's an extremely challenging but satisfying hobby if you can stick with it. So I hope you're up for the challenge. Now, have you flown on X-Plane or anything? Oh, nice. Cool. So yeah, we can learn together. This is I'm planning on streaming myself flying on VATSIM, so hopefully I can make a complete fool of myself, but everybody will learn. I used to do controlling on this site called eSkyWorld, and I used to fly on it and control. So I'm hoping once I get back into the swing of things, it'll come back like riding a bike. I'm so acid on VATSIM. Yeah, that helps a lot. Hydra says, last time on VATSIM I ran into a plane. Well, there you go. Anything can happen. I mean, I've watched other streamers stream there. It's kind of the Wild West, like Alaska out here. I wanted to take a tour of the terminal because I got this aerosoft scenery, so they did some nice work out here. But I mean, the main part of Alaska is mostly, yeah, I mean, if you're seeing people run into each other, the controllers. Now, let me ask you a question. Like, when you fly, did you put that you are new? Because I'm gonna put that it's like my first time flying on VATSIM so that they don't yell at me. Did you tell them that you're just getting started? Yeah, in Venezuela they're still flying these Maddogs. Ruben, absolutely, they're flying them a lot in a bunch of places that can't necessarily get like the brand new stuff. Because I bet you the airlines in Venezuela and other places can lease them for way more reasonable rates than, like, say, an A320 Neo or something. You put in the remarks that you're trash and that you're... Hang on, I gotta make this bigger. That you're a trash can at flying. See, that's a dangerous combination. You at least want to be good at one of them. You want to be able to at least either be able to talk to ATC or be an expert pilot. I happen to think that I'm pretty proficient in my flying capabilities, but communicating and flying, that's pretty challenging. Yeah, Maddog for the win. It took me like a minute to get used to the way the Leonardo Softhouse did the flight model, but now I'm like starting to like it a lot more than even the other planes that I have. let's take a look at the cargo, because this is where all the freight for all the stuff Americans get comes through Anchorage here. I learned to fly the 727 in 2000 with American Airlines. I mean, you're not flying the real 727, like a virtual one. Were you flying like on like an X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator 2004 or something? That's crazy. So it's interesting, like Alaska, they changed their livery, but they kept the same font for the logo. So there's like that Max 9 that just had the door fly off still has the same text, but they redid the tail and the whole body design. But yeah, this is a nice airport. It's cool like how you come in and sink into this bowl. Sorry, we came in there. And like your wings are actually below the tree line, which is when you still have like 150 feet left over here coming into 7 right. So this is the passenger people, and then that's the cargo. Or does cargo come in on the other side of the airport? This looks like cargo. Yeah, there's FedEx. Okay. I mean, if you can fly a 727, you can fly anything because you're using VOR navigation and you're managing steam analog powered gauges with your speed and your altitude. So like when things go digital, it makes sense. Like I miss like how the 737 has like your ground speed, your horizon, your indicated airspeed, and all of your everything is just right there. And then the nav display is so easy to control. And the Maddog kind of challenges it. But if you're flying the old analog stuff, you're a better pilot than I am. Yeah, DC-9. It's in the MD-80 family. Yep. Yeah, the DC-9's badass. Like I used to live next to an Air Force base growing up in Pennsylvania that had the submarine hunters, and they had like an old school DC-9. But then when they let us in the cockpit in like 1999, they were actually like retrofitting it with a lot of the modern avionics. But DC-9s are really nice and cool planes to see. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you got SimBrief. Oh, dude, I think I flew on ValueJet, and then I mean I know they had that crazy crash, but yeah, I have the livery for a ValueJet, so maybe I'll do a flight in that like out of Philly because they definitely flew out of Philly because I think I flew on it one time down to Mexico or Florida or something like to Disney World. I'm pretty sure I flew on ValueJet. And yeah, you love retro airplanes, DC-9s and MD-80s. But yeah, Hydra, if you got SimBrief, that's an invaluable tool to have to get your routes going. Yeah, Maddog with ValueJet is where it's at. I agree. So, I mean, to me, the greatest livery of all time in the Maddog is the American bare metal. It just doesn't get any better than that, in my opinion. Okay, so you struggled with the 727 when you were messing with it manually? Which sim did you fly it in? Okay, X-Plane. I got back into flight sim with X-Plane in 2020 after I took like a 10-year break from it, and I was watching like Captain Canada, and I was like, man, that looks like fun, but I could never get back into it because I thought I forgot everything I learned like as a kid growing up playing Flight Simulator, but man, like it actually came back quite quick, and there's like a lot of like the technology now and the graphics are amazing. I could never imagine growing up, like my first Flight Simulator was 1995. I could never imagine the things that we're even looking at now. Like it'd be unfathomable. I would have had a heart attack if I saw what I'm looking at on screen back in even like 2000. It's incredible. But yeah, X-Plane's awesome. I definitely think it has the superior flight model to Microsoft, but hopefully Microsoft can improve back in, or they can improve it in 2024. Okay, yeah, the FlyJ Sim 727. I never got that next one. I just went straight to like the Zeebo and the Airbus and stuff. But it's pretty cool. Like, if you can get the hang of that 727, you are a better pilot than me, for real. Yeah, dude, GSX. It's funny because like I thought the like the little guy, the little marshallers that Todorico and like Better Pushback and they all like programmed were like as good as it got, and everybody was like, oh, wait until you see GSX, and it didn't come for like 3 years into Microsoft, and then when it did come, I got it. I was like, oh, this is so buggy, it's ruining my flights. And now it's like working, and I'm like, I could never fly without GSX anymore. It would be cool to have like a system with those marshallers in X-Plane that are just automatically there that bring you in. That way you don't have to find your gate when you're landing. Like, that's kind of a buzzkill. But other than that, GSX with passengers, and it's only going to get better from here. Like, we're at the beginning of such an exciting time for Flight Simulator. I can't wait. But yeah, the reason I wanted to start streaming is because like I have like friends that don't play Flight Simulator, and they think I'm like a complete total like nerd loser for liking this stuff. So I wanted to connect with other people that find this stuff really cool, because showing like your friends videos of your landings, they're like, who cares, it's just a plane. I haven't gotten into failures yet. I might be interested in doing that on like an Airbus or a Boeing, because bitchin' Betty with the Maddog, she's gonna get real mad and start yelling at me all the time if I start having failures. Yeah. You gotta have sim friends. You gotta have sim friends who don't think this stuff is stupid. But all right, guys. Well, since you're subscribed, you'll get notified. I am gonna try to stream at least like 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 times a week. So you'll get notified when I'm doing a flight, and I'm always down to chat and hang out, and hopefully we can learn together on VATSIM and make complete fools of ourselves, but slowly but surely get better. But for now, I appreciate you guys tuning in and subscribing. I'm gonna sign off. You guys have a good night, have a good sleep in Spain, and I hope you guys have a great next flight in your respective simulator. See you guys.